News 4 Today, live with breaking news.
Thank you so much for tuning in to News 4. I'm Desiree Wiley. Right now we're following breaking news in Antioch. Multiple people have been shot at Waffle House along Murfreesboro Pike. Right now the suspect is on the loose, and News 4's Carly Gordon is joining us live right now at the scene. Carly, what can you tell us so far?
Well, Desiree, you can see there are police officers everywhere, some of them carrying assault rifles because, as you mentioned, this gunman is still on the run. 7 people shot, one of them dead, and one of them struggling to survive. This happened inside the Waffle House on Murfreesboro Pike near Pinhook Road at around 3:25 this morning. Police say people were inside just enjoying their food when a total stranger just walked in with an AR-15 and opened fire.
Look very closely at this photo. It has just come into our newsroom. This is a picture of 29-year-old Travis Reinking. He is a person of interest in the Waffle House shooting in Antioch. The TBI says that the gunman's vehicle is registered to him. He's from Morton, Illinois. That's about 7 hours away. If you see him, you're asked to call police immediately.
I would like to go right now to Don Aaron, if I could. The spokesperson for the Metro Police Department just showed up. Hey, Don, we're live on the air right now. Hold this mic. Do you mind telling us what's going on?
At 3:25 this morning, the police department received a call of an active shooter at the Waffle House. The gunman has killed 3 persons, 2 outside the restaurant, 1 inside. Another person who was wounded inside the restaurant has since died, so 4 persons are deceased.
What about people in the area? Should they be on high alert? Should they be concerned?
Well, until we find this individual, yes. There have been some reported sightings that the police department's helicopter and our special response team are following up on now. The gunman fled nude. He was wearing only a jacket, and he shed the jacket at the corner of the Waffle House as he was fleeing the area.
I understand that a customer managed to wrestle the assault rifle away from the gunman. Is that right?
That's correct.
And is that person injured at all?
Yes.
Okay. Did they survive?
Yes. That individual was able to grab the rifle away from the shooter and actually tossed it across the counter.
Just within the last hour, we spoke to a witness, a man who was there and saw it all happen. He's now traumatized and feeling lucky just to be alive.
And that's when I hit the ground. And from underneath my car, I could see that he stood out in front of the restaurant and shot a few shots through the windows, and then he went inside. And when he went inside, I tried to run across the parking lot to get further away. And once I got to the other side, I looked back, and there was a gentleman wrestling with the gunman. There was a guy, and like I was telling earlier, I don't remember his name, but I told him, before any of the police got there, I told him that he was a hero, because he was.
Well, we do know that there were 3 people that were brought here to Vanderbilt. The first person that was brought over here passed away from their injuries. There are another 2 victims who are here right now. One of those victims is in stable condition. One of those victims is in critical condition. There are another 2 victims that were taken out to Southern Hills. Both of those victims have been treated and released. And of course, everybody is asking about this hero right now. This is the person everybody is talking about right now. That is one of the people that was taken over to Southern Hills. This is the person who is able to wrestle that gun away from the shooter, throw it behind the counter at Waffle House. That person, we are thankful to hear, has been treated and then released.
And right now, we want to give you a look. This is the assault rifle used in the deadly shooting. Metro Police tweeting out this picture just a few moments ago as they continue their investigation at the scene inside of that Waffle House on Murfreesboro Pike. Now on News 4, the SWAT team has just been seen busting into an Antioch apartment looking for a suspect they say killed 4 people at Waffle House. Police are on the hunt for that gunman right now. Police say that a man inside Waffle House ran into the bathroom, and when he saw the shooter was distracted, he took the risk in stopping him. News 4's Alana Otler is in North Nashville with that man right now. She is talking to him. We're going to tune in and take a listen to this.
Did you have any conversations with them after the fact, after the shooter had fled?
One guy, I don't know his name, he was looking at a body, and I told him, I said, don't look at it, it's going to haunt you. And he was like, you're right, and he walked away from it.
And here's more video of the search from a viewer. Jeremy Searcy shot this video on his cell phone. This is from his back window, and we can see police officers carrying rifles searching the woods. We also see a canine helping in the search.
Well, we're finding out more about the suspect. We're also finding out a little bit more about what happened at Waffle House this morning. Some Waffle House corporate executives are here. They have confirmed to me just a few minutes ago that one of the dead is a man who had worked for Waffle House for 5 years. We're also expecting the ATF to be here, as well as the police chief. Here's a little bit about what I dug up about Travis Reinking this morning. We know that he was living in Nashville most recently, but he's from Morton, Illinois, which is around the Peoria area. We know he didn't have any significant criminal history, at least locally there. He had a 2010 arrest involving having alcohol that he shouldn't have had. The jail there said they have nothing else on him. He was not on the radar. Although you heard Don Aaron say earlier today that he was on the radar of the FBI. Now, the FBI has told us they're expecting to come out with a statement later. But as far as we know, he did not have any significant arrest history, either locally or with the FBI. He appears to be associated with the crane business. J&J Crane seems to be his family business back in Illinois, and we heard earlier today that local police went out to a crane company in the Middle Tennessee area where they believe that he had been working. But again, a lot more information is expected to come out at 2 o'clock right here. We'll be streaming it live.
James Shaw Jr. says he does not consider himself to be a hero, even though he stopped the gunman from possibly taking the lives of more innocent victims. We're standing outside of his home where he lives in North Nashville, and for nearly 20 minutes we were there sitting and talking to him one-on-one about the experiences he endured this morning at that Waffle House. I can tell you that Shaw is calm, considerate, and collected in light of what happened today, and was very gracious as to let us inside of his home considering everything that happened. But here's what he told us about why he interfered in this shooting. He says that he was sitting with a friend after going to the club this morning and sitting at the Waffle House counter when he heard something that sounded like a waitress dropping plates. He thought that there was some sort of accident in the kitchen, but when he turned to look, he saw that the front door and the windows were shattered. Listen to what he had to say.
We're watching the cook clean dishes. He's stacking plates up. He's stacking them pretty high. I'm like, he's going to drop those. So we hear a loud noise, and we're like, he's dropped them. And we hear another loud one, and then the window busts. And I'm like, and I look out behind me, and there's a body there.
He clearly came armed with a lot of firepower, intending to devastate the South Nashville area.
Reinking has just been added to the TBI's 10 most wanted list. Right now, police are going door to door in the area where he was seen last. Police say that Travis Reinking showed up at the restaurant around 3:25 this morning, armed with an AR-15. He's accused of killing 4 people and hurting 4 others. From there, police say he ran off on foot. He was last seen near the Discovery at Mountain View apartment complex. That's where he lives. We've just learned that police found 2 guns during a search of his apartment. They also found this AR-15 inside the Waffle House. Police say it was the weapon he used in this morning's shooting. But they think that Reinking still has at least 1 handgun with him. Authorities seized several weapons from Reinking less than a year ago, including the AR-15 used today. That was after he was arrested for being in a restricted area of the White House last summer.
The police department has received information that the guns were returned by Tazewell County authorities to Reinking's father, who has now acknowledged giving them back to his son.
Police have just identified the 4 victims killed in this morning's tragic shooting. They are all under the age of 30. 29-year-old Tarian Sonderland of Goodlettsville, who worked at Waffle House, is one of them. 20-year-old Joe Perez of Nashville, 23-year-old Akila De Silva of Antioch, and 21-year-old Debony Groves of Gallatin.